If you hear these words, know this: it is no accident, but resonance itself, echoing in the depths of your soul. Your very essence has awaited this call. In the quiet of pre-dawn twilight, while the world still slumbers, shrouded in the dense web of daily hustle, a barely audible whisper arises. It pierces through the fog of illusion, beckoning you to step beyond the familiar, beyond the boundaries of truths imposed by society. Before we venture into the heart of mystery, to where the radiant light of reason ruthlessly dispels the thick shadows of ignorance, make your choice. Your response, your like, is not merely a token of approval, it is a declaration of your genuine intent to awaken. And your subscription, that is your entry into the ranks of those who relentlessly seek, who bravely face reality, no matter how daunting it may seem. We have gathered here to speak of truths so grand, yet so artfully concealed, that their very existence can inspire true awe, can make the blood run cold in your veins. The truth that they so carefully hide behind a veil of endless news, behind the manufactured noise of artificially created crises, is, in fact, simple. And it is terrifying. This is not a conspiracy theory, no. It is a conspiracy against your very consciousness. They manipulate your perception, like skilled puppeteers, replacing genuine reality with a meticulously crafted, mesmerizing spectacle. But what if those who possess the rare ability to see beyond the ordinary, those who saw what remained hidden from most, saw precisely the same things? And what if these visions, seemingly so different at first glance, actually describe the same protective mechanism, the same saving force, born not of humanity, but of something immeasurably greater? Ancient texts exist, preserving forgotten knowledge, scrolls whose pages whisper secrets of ages, the voices of prophets, sounding through centuries like an echo, speaking of coming times, of coming great changes. And in parallel with this, in our modern world, there are those who, using not mystical, but advanced technological tools, have gained access to information, to depths of knowledge that ordinary people could not even imagine. We are speaking of remote viewers, individuals whose minds possess the incredible ability to penetrate space and time, whose inner eyes have seen what is reliably hidden from millions of others. And it is truly astonishing how their visions, obtained by such an unusual means, resonate with what has been imprinted in humanity's most sacred and mysterious texts. In the book of Revelation by John the Apostle, a text that inspires both awe and dread, does it not seem remarkable that ancient prophets, foretelling the end times, described not only inevitable destruction but also predicted salvation, and that contemporary seers, individuals who have undergone the most rigorous training, consciously taught to focus their attention on the most distant and intangible goals, described something painfully similar, albeit under a slightly different name? They spoke of the solar shield. Ancient prophecies, like forgotten keys still holding their power, hinted at it, albeit through elaborate imagery. Recall, for instance, the lost quatrain from century 11, verse 93, which speaks of a radiance that will shield the earth from heavenly wrath, or the quiet, almost unheard words of the hermit monk Kenshin. His scrolls, miraculously found amidst the ashes of a once-burned monastery on the slope of Mount Kurama, depict a haze emanating from the very heart of the sun, protecting our world. These are not mere coincidences. They are the subtlest harmonic resonance, an echo of the same great incomprehensible mystery sounding across centuries and different cultural strata. Within the closed, strictly confidential reports of the Club of Rome, in documents never intended for public view, such as the so-called Chimera Protocol leak, one can find hints of cosmic phenomena capable of exerting colossal influence on our planet. Analysts, much like those who once studied quantum probability collapse within complex geopolitical scenarios, are now beginning to discern distinct fractal patterns, pointing towards the seemingly inevitable nature of impending global transformations. They speak of the direct impact of solar cycles on the noosphere, on the collective consciousness of all humanity, as if the universe itself is keenly responding to our evolution, or perhaps to our very struggle for survival. And these cold, sharp conclusions, born of rigorous science, intertwining with age-old wisdom, whisper one thing to us. We stand at the very threshold. The threshold of a future capable of turning everything upside down. That inexplicable, bone-chilling anxiety that washes over you at 3 in the morning. That acute sense of alienation when the faces of passers-by seem empty. That sticky feeling as if you've landed somewhere you absolutely do not belong. This is not despair at all. It is your soul suffocating within the tight embrace of an imposed matrix. It is your true self sensing the falseness, feeling the crushing grip of the illusory reality they have so painstakingly woven. But what if all these monsters, born of their fear and thirst for control, those wars, those crises, those sudden pandemics, are merely shadows dancing on the walls of the cave Plato spoke of so long ago? What if the true tyrant, the very enemy upon whom you should fix your gaze, silently watches you from your own mirror? What if all that commotion, all that fierce struggle you wage with the outside world, is merely a clever distraction from the main battle raging within yourself? A crown of glass is how one might christen this fragile, trembling shell of ego, clinging so desperately to its phantom identity, eternally afraid of crumbling to dust. Veins of metal is what permeates this soulless, lifeless system, greedily feeding on your fear and perpetual ignorance. The universe does not punish humanity. It performs a healing cosmic surgical operation. It ruthlessly cauterizes the poison that has been corrupting us from within for centuries. The poison of fear, deep ignorance, and mindless materialism. And those we call they desperately fear this. Their power, their dominion, rests upon your silent submission, your voluntary delusion. The great book of Revelation, much like the visions of experienced remote viewers, describes not a grim end, but a magnificent beginning. Not a universal apocalypse, but the deepest transmutation, the greatest transition. And now I shall reveal to you the most profound secret, the one that for centuries has been hidden behind the veil of all prophecies, behind the curtain of all conspiracy theories. Prophecies are not a grim warning of some future savior who will come to us from without. They are an activation code, a key to the savior residing within you, the viewer. These are not fleeting visions of a solitary figure burdened with the weight of the entire world. This is a foretelling of the awakening of millions, the dawn of a new era. Prophets did not see a single chosen one. They saw an army of awakened souls, united in a singular surge. They saw you. You are not merely a part of the prophecy. You are its living embodiment, its fulfillment. The solar shield, revealed in visions both ancient and modern, is not a man-made physical device, some mechanism created by someone. This is a powerful manifestation of your own inner strength. A collective field of consciousness that rises to such heights that it becomes capable of protecting us from lower vibrations, from the shadows striving to plunge us into the abyss of ignorance. It is the true alchemy of your consciousness, a process that transforms the heavy lead of fear into the radiant gold of enlightenment. It is an unseen yet sturdy bridge, connecting the spectral world you may have inhabited with the profound reality that has always been your true essence. Now that your eyes are wide open, now that the curtain of ignorance has been cast aside, you simply cannot stand idly by, remaining in your former inaction. Returning to the former slumber is no longer possible. Your like is a brilliant flash of light, instantly visible through the entire web of the network, like a beacon calling to those who still slumber in darkness. Your share is a precious seed that you carefully plant in the midst of the desert of sleeping minds, a seed of knowledge that will surely sprout, yielding abundant harvests. And your subscription is a sacred oath, a silent promise to relentlessly move forward on this path, a firm decision never to give up. If you feel ready for more, If this quiet yet persistent call resonates deep within your soul, then our inner circle will become your reliable base of operations. We are those who have already walked this difficult path, who are sincerely ready to help you take the next step and even further. Your support through super thanks is vital energy, fueling our shared flame, precious fuel for our battle against the encroaching darkness, against those who seek to plunge the entire world into eternal, impenetrable gloom. Until our next meeting, remain vigilant, stay connected, and never stop exploring.